All right, so we have another Tampa Bay Buccaneers pick. An interesting selection here. They select Tykee Smith out of Georgia with pick number 90, who, it's interesting because this isn't really a position of need, right? I mean, they added Tavier Thomas, who I believe is supposed to be a slot corner for them. So, where do you put Smith in? They don't really need another strong safety. They added Whitehead, and obviously they have Winfield. Maybe this is a Winfield replacement, although I don't think Smith is doing a lot of stuff that Winfield is doing. I think that they want to work out a long-term deal with Winfield. But Smith, I mean, I think part of it might have just been, you know what? This guy totally fits a Todd Bowles scheme. He's a really good player. Let's just draft him. He's a starter potential at round 3, late in round 3, even if he's not someone who ends up as a, starter right away. We can probably find some room for him. And, teams do play with a lot of defensive backs out there, especially a team like Tampa Bay. So maybe with there being no more Devin White, do we see some one linebacker sets out there here or there? Do they play some dime? Maybe. I don't know. But I think it's really just they like him as a player. He is someone, so if you don't know anything about him, I mean, if you watch the highlights they showed on ESPN, that's kind of what can get you excited as a Tampa Bay fan. He's a guy who can make plays, and that's kind of what Tampa Bay goes for a lot of times. If they want someone who can maybe, get the splash plays, right? And he is someone who can do that. He is someone who can come in and rush the passer, and he had a number of takeaways in his, with Georgia in his last year. He is a one-year wonder. He is. And, he's not the biggest guy either, 5'10", 200 pounds. But, again, neither was Winfield. It worked out okay. I do think that there is some real benefits towards a guy like him, and I think that he'll come in. The question is how many snaps will he play, but I bet he'll play 400, 500 snaps and be a pretty good player at round 3. So I could easily see us looking back and saying, man, how did this guy end up in round 3? Or maybe it's just, a situation where he's a really good role player like we've seen out of Jordan Whitehead for a while. Although, again, they have both of them. So, interesting versatility here, at least good depth with maybe some, which, hey, that matters. I know Tampa Bay could have used an outside corner. I don't know if that's Smith. I also think the concern is kind of a one-year wonder at, he's 23 years old, although he just turned 23. He was 22, but still, sometimes older prospects, kind of having their best year, their last year in college, sometimes there's not a total coincidence. I don't know. But yeah, there's plenty to like about Smith, plenty to get excited about when it comes to Smith. I do think he could be a really interesting player and maybe, again, help out Tampa Bay do what they're trying to do. Should fit the Todd Bowles scheme really well when he is on the field. So those are kind of my thoughts on this move. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.